What if we stopped calling children weak in math or bad at reading? How would classrooms look without labels? Hi, I'm Srinesh, and today we are exploring the invisible weight of labels in education. With me is Jessica, an educator who's been advocating for classrooms that see potential, not categories. Welcome, Jessica.
Thanks, Srinesh. I'm so glad we're talking about this because labels feel harmless at first, but they silently shape how students see themselves and how teachers treat them.
Let's start with the obvious. Why are labels so damaging? After all, aren't they just descriptions?
They're more than descriptions, they're destinies. If you call a child weak in math, they don't just hear feedback, they hear identity. I'm not a math person. That belief can last a lifetime. Labels shrink curiosity and box students into roles they didn't choose.
I remember meeting a girl who loved writing stories but had low scores in English grammar. Her teacher kept calling her below average. She stopped writing altogether. Years later, she said, I didn't quit because I hated writing. I quit because I thought I wasn't good enough. That label stole her voice.
Exactly. Neuroscience shows that negative labeling triggers stress responses in the brain, making learning even harder. The brain starts focusing on fear of failure instead of curiosity. On the flip side, when we replace labels with strengths based language, motivation and focus increase dramatically.
So, what would a classroom without labels look like?
It would look like growth. Instead of saying bad at reading, we'd say still developing comprehension. Instead of weak in math, we'd say working on problem solving strategies. The shift is subtle, but it tells the student you're on a journey, not stuck with an identity.
And that's exactly what we're building at Learnity, a way to identify root causes and support learning without attaching a lifelong tag. Because no child should carry a label heavier than their backpack. So here's the big truth. Labels don't just describe students, they define them. And if we want classrooms filled with confidence, curiosity, and creativity, we have to drop the labels and see the learners.
Well said, Srinesh. Every student is more than a mark, a score, or a stereotype. They're becoming. And our job is to nurture that, not reduce it.
Thank you for tuning in to the Learnity podcast. If today's episode made you rethink how we talk to students, share it with a teacher, a parent, or a learner in your life. Until next time, remember, learning without labels unlocks true intelligence.